All right, so now we're getting into the framing and design stage. This has actually been something we've been discussing and arguing about for about 2 years. Ever since, we've been doing a lot of mock-ups, as you know. The last 4 bathrooms have basically been generally 5x9 bathrooms that we built within this space. It was a great set of videos. I think we really allowed us to get a lot better filming, and being able to create the courses for the specific products and the different types of tile really was awesome. But now it's time to build the final bathroom up here. And as you can see, this is a huge space. It's basically 13 foot wide by 15 foot long. So this is like a huge room, but there's a lot of hindrances just because of the frame, of this garage. So if you don't know and you haven't been following along, this is a garage I built a few years ago, 24 by 48 foot long. And we basically created a studio space up here. So this is like a living space. And we also built a dormer that allowed us to have a full cathedral ceiling and windows on each side. So it really provided a lot bigger space. We also have a kitchenette. So as you can see, this is going to be kind of an open air space. And as you can see, the door, that's what comes into the space up here. So that whole area is going to be kind of the way that it is. Really isn't any storage capacity other than the cabinets we have there. Probably going to have a couch or a table, some kind of eat-in table of some sort. And on the other side is another set of windows. That's kind of where I have my whole setup for my editing and office and doing things. So, but I think that ultimately somebody's going to end up making that like where their bedroom set is. So that brought us to basically the bathroom area, and this is what has been really difficult to kind of lay out and figure out what we really needed. And I'd say number one is storage.
We need a closet.
You need a couple closets.
There's no closet space here.
And yeah, so if this was a straight square room, there would have been plenty different options on how to lay this out and just give you a lot more room. But since this slants down, really you only have this 5 foot space that has a typical 8 foot ceiling. So the door is basically going to have to be right in the front coming in to be able to swing the door in to the bathroom, creating a hallway. And then the big feature is this window. This window, from the day one when we framed this up, I really wanted a big soaking tub underneath of that. I just thought it would be awesome space for that. But one thing you'll find when you're doing these big, even if they're freestanding like we're going to be doing, they take up an enormous amount of room. And you don't really want to be tucked in a corner. You don't really want to be, for me, I just couldn't see the space for the tub anywhere other than underneath of that window. That's a 5 foot window. So, really, that wall has made it very confusing on how to go about laying this out.
Yeah, because we really wanted a window in there for the natural light.
Yes, absolutely.
So that was really important for us.
So, but what the deciding factor really was building a steam shower. This is above a garage, like I said, and we get pretty cold up here in the winter in the Northeast. So having a steam shower, I think, just makes a whole lot of sense. And the smaller you can make that area, the less of the size of generator you need, the more efficient it's going to be, and it's just a better overall experience of the steam shower. So having a shower that even has this slanted wall is actually kind of ideal. The steam is going to build up in there very quickly and work very functionally. The only thing I wanted to make sure is that we had enough headroom for a regular shower head. So we're going to frame that to make that work in that aspect. And then just having closets. So this is a tankless hot water heater. So we're going to need access to that to turn it off, to adjust the temperature. And then when we do the steam shower, we're going to need access to the steam generator. So this will be kind of a utility closet of sorts, but we're going to build another closet here. But I'll let Nikki describe the design of this, because that really is what's going to make this place really feel like an awesome studio. I'm really excited for all the features we're going to be putting in here. But yeah, that's kind of the layout. So definitely leave a comment down below if you had any other suggestions on how to change this out. I did create a diagram on Chief Architect that kind of highlighted how to do things. And that really is helpful because you're able to get specific items and put them into place to make sure that it's going to look the way that you want it to. Like for instance, that big freestanding soaking tub, it's hard to envision unless you have something that's to scale and put in. So, you know, the Chief Architect was really helpful with designing that. I really do think if you're a serious contractor doing this for a living, having a program like that really helps out so that you can effectively design something that's going to work for the homeowner.
So let's get into the design, my favorite part. So I think the thing that inspired me, I know the thing that inspired me the most, I really wanted to make this space cozy, and it's actually the thing that was the biggest hindrance for me and Steve, design-wise, were these sloped ceilings. My goal for this space is to make it feel cozy, kind of like a secret hideaway. So this is going to be the hallway, like Steve said. 2 closets here. We're actually going to put the toilet in its own closet space too. It's going to be hidden away because there's really no way to make a toilet look attractive. Another element of coziness is the heated flooring that is going to be throughout the whole bathroom area here. The floor will be a large format tile, and I actually went with like a faux wood floor for the tile simply because once it opens up to the back here, the focal point for and the main attraction for this bathroom, when you walk in and what you're going to see is this freestanding soaking tub. And the window making it a focal point, we decided that we wanted to do something really special to the back wall, or I did at least. It took a little convincing for Steve, but we're going to do a wallpaper, and it's going to be this really beautiful tree mural wallpaper. So it's going to make you feel like you're kind of hidden away in the woods, and it's going to give you that feeling of being outside in nature, just kind of tucked away, hidden away from the rest of the world. That was the feeling that I wanted to evoke. So with the faux wood flooring, and then the tree wallpaper with your freestanding soaking tub. On this side will be the vanity. It's going to be tucked in its own little nook over here. We're going to put tile on the back of the vanity wall with a mirror. It's going to be a custom vanity because of the odd shape of this area with the ceiling. And then the biggest perk, I think, for most people when they see it is going to be this little cove for the shower. Not little, I mean, it's going to be spacious. But I'm going to go with the sage green tile. I'm so excited to see how it turns out. The entire space is going to be tiled because it's going to be a steam shower. And like Steve said, it's not going to feel too crunched in there, but it'll be able to be warm enough and generate enough steam so you can just get that ultimate relaxation in here. So we're going to have a chandelier hanging up right above the tub. It's just going to feel very grand, but on a smaller scale. So I'm really excited to get started on this project. I'm really happy that Steve's on board with the wallpaper. I think that that's really going to make the space, honestly. And yeah, so follow along.